What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Friday. We have a 7-game slate here tonight. We had a solid night last night. Some plays returned some good value. LeBron had a really good night. Jamal Murray, JaVale McGee, just to name a few. Also, Lance Stevenson did pretty well off the bench for the Lakers. So all in all, it was a solid night last night. Let's see if we can keep it going. And go ahead and drop a like in the video before we get going if you're excited to win some money again here tonight. My money's six of my favorite guys, and also subscribe to continue to get these plays every single NBA slate. So let's get into it though. My first guy up is going to be Chris Paul with James Harden out for tonight. I'm expecting a lot of usage from Chris Paul, meaning a possible double-double with points and assists, and also he can fill it up with some rebounds. So he has really good upside, 9,200. I think he can get over 50 DraftKings points, honestly, in this matchup. The Rockets play solid defense on shooting guards with Avery Bradley there, so that can mean that Chris Paul has to be more active offensively with Eric Gordon facing a tougher matchup than Chris Paul. Beverly's on him, but I think that Bradley's honestly a better defender compared to Beverly and just matches up well against what Eric Gordon is good at. So Chris Paul is going to have to be very active, probably putting up around 17 to 18 shots in this game. And I think he can get a lot of assists going to CLINT CAPELA down low, who has a really good matchup as well. So at 9,200, I'm going to go ahead and lock in CP3. And for my second guy, we're going to go with another stud point guard, John Wall, in the game that's projected to be the highest pace game of every game on the slate against Sacramento. Both these teams haven't played much defense to begin the year. And John Wall, I think he can beat De'Aaron Fox. He's kind of more just powerful compared to De'Aaron Fox, so I think he can drive past him and get to the hoop a couple of times. And also, he's just going to have the ball in his hands a lot due to how this Wizards game, I think, is going to pan out. So I think he's another guy that can flirt with the triple-double. Not a triple-double, but a double-double with points and assists. Be able to get over 20, get around 10 assists in this game, and return some good value. He showed the upside at the beginning of the year with 50 and 47 DraftKings points, but he kind of struggled shooting the last two nights, and the last time out against Golden State, that was a blowout, so he couldn't do that much in that one. But I expect this game to stay close for the most part. Sacramento hasn't been playing too bad, and they are at home, so that could give them an advantage. And Washington is a little bit undermanned still without Mahimi and Dwight Howard, which makes their defense kind of prone to allowing a lot of points. So I'm going to go ahead and lock in John Wall there. I think Chris Paul and Wall could both go over 50 DraftKings points, so some good value with two studs in your lineup. And then, like I mentioned with CLINT CAPELA, I think he's a really good pairing with Chris Paul because I think CP3 is going to be looking his way a lot. And this is a really good matchup, like I mentioned with the Clippers. They got Gortat down there who just can't handle Capella, and then their backups are undersized. Like Boban, if he plays, he'll probably play 5 to 10 minutes. So, and he probably won't even match up against Capella because he's off the bench. And then if they go Montrezl Harrell at the center with the starting lineup, he's way too small to compete with Capella. So I think Capella can do some damage against this team. And also, he did really good against the Clippers earlier this year, and he only got 6 rebounds. I think he has more upside with those rebounds to get us around 20 points and 10 rebounds or something around those lines. And also he can be a shot blocker. You got 3 blocks in that game against the Clippers. So a really good matchup for him here. And without James Harden, he's going to be getting some more shot attempts. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. He's a guy that can go for 40 DraftKings points as well. And then De'Aaron Fox here. I mentioned this game is going to be probably the highest tempo game of all, and their defenses aren't that great. They've been allowing a ton of points. These games are super high scoring here in the first 4 games, 120 to 130 and some stuff like that. So I think Fox and John Wall are going to be going back and forth. Fox has been playing a ton of minutes when the games have been close, 37, 42, and 38 minutes. So if this game just stays close, Fox is going to be on the court a ton of time. It gives him great upside. In all those games that have stayed close, which I just mentioned, he's came with really good upside, 45, 46, and 41 DraftKings points. So if it does stay close, I think Fox can be another guy that scores a good amount. And like I mentioned with the Wizards, they're down Howard, and Mahimi. So that's really 2 shot blockers there that frees things up for a guy like De'Aaron Fox who loves to attack the rim. So at 6,800, another guy that can get over 35 DraftKings points in a super up-tempo game, not much defense. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. So my 4th guy, then Jabari Parker. He gets a boost with Bobby Portis out, so that means Parker will probably insert himself in the starting lineup, and the Bulls desperately need some offense besides Zach LaVine without Chris Dunn as well. So I think Parker will be that secondary option. He'll get some more shot attempts in this game, and he played pretty well against the Hornets the other night. He got 11, 9, and 4 and only 7 shot attempts. So I think he can actually do more than that. Put up over 10 shots in this game, maybe score around 15 points, and he's always pretty active on the glass. So really good ability here for Parker, a team that desperately needs him with those big injuries to Chris Dunn, Bobby Portis, and also they got Lauri McKinnon still out, so they desperately need Parker to step up, and I think he can do it against the Hornets. This is probably one of the better matchups too. Against the Hornets, they do have some solid defense for the most part against like guards and against small forwards. And Marvin Williams isn't that great of a defender, so I think Parker is just too athletic for him and can definitely beat him for a few buckets. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy of the core 5. So you got CP3, Parker, CAPELA, John Wall, and Fox. And for my cheap guy, it doesn't need to do much to return value, but Gerald Green at 3,400 off the bench for the Rockets. So how this is kind of what I'm thinking with this play is that as the minutes have been trending up with the injuries, 21 and 28 minutes the last 2, and also with James Harden out, that's a big chunk of their offense gone from the lineup. So Gerald Green just gives them a little bit more offensive upside if they go with him like over a guy like PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker has been playing a lot of minutes over the first couple games, but if they turn to Gerald Green a little bit more, then I think that he can just give him some upside and also just be able to get hot. He can get hot in like any game. He shot pretty well against the Clippers. I got 17.5 DraftKings points, and at 3,400 for him to return 5 times value, which is kind of like the target floor that you're looking for. He only needs 17 DraftKings points, so if he can just hit a few threes in this game, and maybe get a rebound or two, like a few rebounds, and he's going to be returning a solid amount of value, and he just kind of gives you a nice placeholder to pay up for those other guys like CP3, Wall, Fox, and CAPELA, and he can just be like a stability part of your lineup, so you can pay up for those guys and get those huge upside points with those other guys. So Gerald Green, if he can just get hot, then he's going to return a ton of value, but we're just going to have him as a guy that's having his minutes trend up, and he's really cheap at 3,400. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got 4,950 remaining per player. Maybe you can go like with a cheap guy and then kind of maybe like a solid play. The other one, you can just go balance like 2 guys around the $5,000 range to fill that out if you want to run out these plays. So go ahead and drop a like in the video. If you enjoyed the content and enjoyed the information on this one, thank you. If you can do that, it really helps me out. And also, like I said, subscribe. After you subscribe, hit the bell icon and get alerted every time I upload. So good luck tonight, guys. Hope you win some money. Enjoy your Friday night, and we'll see you back here again next time.